a president is said to have been elected, and it was as if there was graveyard silence in the country. If Tinubu is sworn in as president of Nigeria, what is going to happen is that he will battle with the issue of legitimacy all his tenure. I said it with every sense of responsibility.
Hi guys, Labour Party spokesperson Dr. Joseph Ndirang don't use mouth finish Tinubu. He said that if Tinubu finally sworn in as Nigerian president, that he is going to battle with the issue of legitimacy on his tenure. And he is saying it with every sense of responsibility that the true person that won 2023 presidential election will surely take back his office. Guys, watch this video and don't forget to share your thought with us.
Joined now in the studio by the Labour Party chieftain, Dr. Joseph Ndirang, who's also a member of the party's campaign council. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Uncle Charles.
So let's start by looking at the primaries in one state. For example, Imo State, the governorship primaries. As I mentioned there, your party has issued a stark warning that there'll be no tolerance at all for the bribing of delegates or for oath-taking. So obviously you're trying to set a new standard there.
One of the fundamental problems of the political system in Nigeria is we lack internal party democracy. Parties are supposed to be run transparently for everyone to see what is happening. And this can best be seen during primary elections. Labour Party has become a household name in Nigerian politics. Right now, you can see from the caliber of people that have indicated interest to participate in the primaries, especially in places like Imo. You will agree with me that the party has come to stay and people are ready to take their stake in the party. Now, we want to set a standard in the sense that we want to make sure that we demonstrate our ability to have internal party democracy like has never been in the political arena in Nigeria. Our plans are to run the primaries transparently. As I said, I was privileged to be a member of the screening committee which held on the 11th. We have concluded our reports and we have screened everyone. The ball has been set rolling for tomorrow. And it will surprise you to know that our principal, His Excellency P2B, will chair the committee that is going to hold the primaries. We have also the incoming governor, the governor-elect, Chief Oti, and then we have men of timber and caliber, as will be said by the former Chief Mbadiwe, who are going to be the people that will supervise the election and conduct the primaries in such a manner that it will be free, fair, and credible, and everyone will see it.
And that's across the three states?
Across the three states,
right.
Yes. Across the three states. Tomorrow, by the grace of God, Imo and Kogi are set for primaries. Then on the 16th, we will pick up that of Bayelsa, and I'm going to be there too.
Right, but yeah. I mean, let's look at Imo State, because I mean that's quite a sort of a hot one, if you like. Some of the aspirants who are running to be the governorship candidates of the Labour Party in Imo State are all, someone made the argument, many of them are old-style politicians. I mean, how difficult has it been? I mean, trying to get people like that to keep their hands and their methods above board.
Well, you know, the party's constitution does not allow the party to disallow anybody on the basis of sex, on the basis of age, or on the basis of whatever system one runs from contesting election in the party. We know that what we see is that people that are responsible, people that are known in the society, are people that we know that they have the capacity to also rule in Imo, are those that have come up. And we have allowed everybody to play. It's going to be a free play. You have people like Martin Agbaso.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, I mean, yes. You got Martin Agbaso, you got Senator Ethan Achonu.
That's right. We have Sam Amadi Dem, we have Naji. You know, those are prominent people that are known in the old politics. But you see, it is left to the delegates to decide. The government of Labour Party that we are coming to form in this country will be a government that is decided by the people. It is the people themselves that will want whoever they want.
And I mean, all these people you mentioned, they're all going to be, you know, like they're all going to fall in line, because I'm wondering how all this is going to play into that.
Well, you see, Labour Party,
pretty big names.
Labour Party having its roots in the trade union movement. You can see that in the Labour movement. I'm a crop from the Labour movement. Our elections are always done in consensus. We can agree in consensus. But if they try consensus and it does not work, they will allow the thing to play according to the rules of the game, so that anyone that is later picked by the people will be our governorship candidate.
Right.
But it will interest you to know that in all these 3 states, we don't intend to lose anyone. From the experiences we've had during the during the main elections, the general elections, we know that Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa are states that we want to take over because they are obedient states, and we don't want to lose them. That is why we're going to allow everything to flow according to the dictates of the law.
And you're essentially guaranteeing that the primary, for example, in Imo State, will be free and fair and credible. Because, I mean, it would be a bit perverse, wouldn't it, if you're accusing INEC of not running a credible election and you can't manage to do it well yourself?
No, I can assure you that you will discover that in this primary, with all the crop of people that we have, they're all responsible people. We've made them to sign an attestation, like an agreement to say that whatever is the outcome of the primaries, they are ready to accept it. So with that, we're sure that it will be clean and clear.
And your party has also warned against oath-taking, which I presume is of the fetish or juju or sort of witchcraft kind. I mean, tell us about that.
Well, we have seen the tradition, the political tradition in Nigeria. That you see, it is only in Nigeria that someone can wake up in the morning and then, you know, just go and do some fetish things and think they can come and, you know, kind of play over the intelligence of people and take over positions. We are saying that the system has changed. There is a new narrative, political narrative, which is being brought in by Labour Party as a fresh new political party in the country. Although we are not new, because we are existing in 57 countries of the world. We are an international political party. We are not like these other parties, the APC, the local APC, and the local PDP. We rule in 7 countries of the world.
Yeah, but you're not affiliated directly with, for example, the Labour Party in the UK.
No, we are, sir.
What kind of affiliations?
The kind of affiliation we have is just general interaction, especially in the area of human capital development.
Right.
That is just the area, because the law does not permit us to do anything other than that. We have exchange programs with them, and internationally we are known. So this, we intend to maintain the standard that is internationally accepted, especially in the primaries.
Yeah, but you only got really well known. I mean, although you've had, I suppose, a governor before and that kind of thing. But I mean, you really were not in the running until the obedience came into your party.
Well, thanks to the obedience, especially with our principal, he's come in to really rejuvenated the party. But you see, the party has been there.
I know, but the point I'm making is that your affiliations with the International Labour Party
no, it has been long.
Has really had no impact on your influence in Nigeria.
No, well, you are going to begin to see it now much more clearer, because the party has taken a new dimension. You will see them more clearer now. You'll see the impacts.
And what sort of impact can we expect to see?
You will see a political party that is run by the people themselves. A party that it is acceptable to all Nigerians. You know, with the coming of the obedience are the engine room of the party. But one thing people have lost fact of is that the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress, especially the President and General Secretary of the TUC and NLC, are members of the National Executive Council of the party. And we are going to draw them. In the past, they have been passive. But now we're drawing them back to take their positions. They are the custodians of the party. They are also the trustees of the party. Joseph Ajiro is doing a wonderful job. He has just come. And like I told you, I'm from the crop of the trade union. I've been working as a professional trade unionist for 34 years. So it is going to be a new thing.
Right. But of course, the Labour Party is living through this huge crisis or multiplex of crises from, challenging the presidential elections, which it says were manipulated, to the fact that your headquarters has been overrun and the position of the party chairman disputed, in fact, your executive. I mean, and your presidential candidate, Peter Obi, detained briefly in London. So one imagines that stress is at a peak in the Labour Party at the moment, isn't it?
All right. There is no stress whatsoever. I can assure you this. Let me tell you what is happening. You have known the impact of Labour Party, the impact the Labour Party made during the presidential election, during the general elections. Today, Labour Party can boast of a governor, 3 senators, and 38 House of Representative members. And you know what went through the election. Nigerians believe that the Labour Party actually clinched the presidency of this country, but that is being disputed. And we have seen that, it is only in this country that someone can wake up in the morning and just from his dizziness and begin to say that he has removed someone out of office. This is the constitution of the Labour Party. Now, the conducts of the business of the party are done in this constitution according to the rule. The National Working Committee, which is constituted and made up of about 37 people, including the President and General Secretary of NLC, are the people that are the National Working Committee of the party. The Constitution does not give them the power to remove the national chairman. Now, the National Executive Council is the only one that has the capacity to remove him. And only 8 people just came. And 2 of them have just run away from the club, having seen the truth. Woke up from the morning and rained accusations and said they have removed him. But as I speak to you, even today, Abure was in the office. We are in the office. They only came because they received money. They are sponsored by our detractors. But I tell you, their days are numbered. It is okay. By Monday, you can come to the office and see. Everything has been taken over. They are just a bunch of people who were members of the party, and they decided to just collect money elsewhere, which I don't want to say.
Yeah, but what it tells us, so what it underscores, is that your party is really no different from all the other parties that you criticize. I mean, you've got the same types of people who are, if you like, manipulable within your party. I mean, they cause the same disruptions that we see in all the other parties. So nothing quite sets you apart. I mean, people always had the impression that you were ideologically bound together, that there was something a little more sacred in the Labour Party. That's certainly the way that you wanted to portray yourself.
You are very right.
But these kinds of things show that you're not really that different from all the other parties.
In every 12, you always have a Judas. And it is the growth of the party and the development that is around the party that is causing this. And let me tell you, people in the party, there are those that need to be sieved who have no capacity to be able to run with the situation. They are not able to run with the speed with which the party is growing, and they must be sieved, and they're beginning to bring themselves out. So these are the people that the National Executive Council is going to meet soon. INEC is aware, the NLC and the TUC presidents are aware. We're going to meet sometimes because we've given INEC the necessary notices that needs to be given. And then the final decisions of the National Executive Council is what will bind everyone. So no one is distracted. We know that our detractors are the people sponsoring people to come in. Do you know the people that said that they removed the chairman from his word are people that we've never seen them. The word people had to leave Benin, his own village, and come to town to make a press conference that they never know, and they never said anything about removing Abure. So Abure is still the national chairman of the party, and every one of them is there.
But in all these circumstances, is there a sense of insecurity in the party? Is all that brimming confidence that we saw before the elections, which inspired so many people, now on the wane?
Not at all, not at all. Rather, people's confidence is being built because Nigerians are watching. You need to know the role we played in allowing peace and tranquility to reign in this country after the election. People were ready to come out to protest and to make sure that their mandate is given. But our principal, being a gentleman that he is, and the national chairman, made frantic efforts and told the youth that, listen, let's do this thing democratically. Let's follow up on this matter judiciously. We have confidence in the judiciary. We know that when we go with evidences that are abound, which I don't want to say here, we are sure that we will get justice. And our president, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, will come in by the grace of God.
Right, but you know that obviously the swearing in is going to take place. I mean, it's in progress already. The APC are going to be sitting where you're sitting probably next week, telling us what their plans are going forward, and the rest of the country is simply moving along.
I don't understand what is happening in Nigeria. In a very, very responsible claim, where a president is said to have been elected, and it was as if there was graveyard silence in the country, and there are protests, people protesting that these things are not fair, free and fair. The international community has already said that these things are not free and fair, and you want to still go ahead to swear in the president.
Well, that's the Constitution. I mean, they have to abide by the rule of law.
And the case is in court. If they think that is the law, then unfortunately,
well, it's not what they think. I mean, you have to amend the Constitution in order for that not to happen. I mean, it's very clear that it will continue until there is a court case that determines something else.
The danger in doing that is that it will lead the country to a situation where it will boil, because people have been silenced. And let me tell you, if Tinubu is sworn in as president of Nigeria, what is going to happen is that he will battle with the issue of legitimacy all his tenure. There is nobody, everyone knows that that is not a legitimate government. I said it with every sense of responsibility. So we have to be careful, and I'm confident that the person that won the election, the true person that won the election, will take over his office, come what may.